Hey Aquarius, Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your October 2025 monthly reading. All right, let's open up your energy field and take a look at what October has in store for you. Bottom of the deck here, we have Wanderlust. Now, this is your gypsy soul activating, Aquarius. You may have the travel bug. Some of you may be wanting to explore new lands, new adventures. You are dreaming of a vision that you have regarding an area of your life, perhaps your career. This could be your love life. It could even be feeling more flexible, feeling more mobile in your own body. You are wanting to experience more. And I feel like you are on this soul's journey, as we all are, but you're being guided here to expand consciousness. Your first card out is the Page of Wands, which is all about, a beginner's mindset and discovery. Bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Pentacles. This is the start of a new life. There's a lot of really delicious energy coming through for you, Aquarius, where some of you are changing up your surroundings, your environment. You may even be doing a bit of decluttering. You may be getting rid of old items, donating as well, maybe having a garage sale. I'm also seeing you getting creative with your ideas, and you may be bringing those ideas to life by maybe putting some of your items on Etsy to sell. You could be creating a website to showcase some of your services. I feel like the Ace of Pentacles is your invitation here. Your invitation to start something new in the tangible world. This could even be a new exercise regime to focus on bringing balance into your body, into your mind, into your spirit. I feel like you are excited to shift things up a little bit, and I'm getting outside, like nature, hiking could be calling out to you at this time, and grounding, maybe even putting your bare feet in the grass and connecting with more whole foods. Some of you are eating perhaps more harvest foods such as pumpkins and squash and apples. I see that you are feeling a lot more energized at this time. So the Ace of Pentacles could also be a positive reward showing up for you. This could come in the form of a new job offer. It could be a new home, or it could even be that practical business venture is finally starting to take off. So the Ace of Pentacles is the undercurrent that is flowing through your energy this month. Now, key themes that are playing out for you. You have soul purpose. Now, soul purpose reminds me of the Judgment in tarot. It is time for you to consider your next move. It's time for you to consider where you want to be and where you wish to go. You have soul purpose coming through to wake you up to some sort of truth, some sort of an idea or curiosity that you have, because this is part of your purpose in life. It's part of your passion. It's part of your direction that you are being guided towards at this time. I feel like you have come a long way on your journey, and you may have stopped from time to time to check in with yourself and ask, am I still on the right path? Is this still the relationship that I want to be in, or the career that lights me up? Is this where I'm meant to be, or do I need to pivot? Do I need to change things up a bit? So I feel like you have been taking some time out to reflect. You've been taking a little bit of time out to appreciate your journey thus far. And I feel like you are full of gratitude, Aquarius. I'm hearing the name Ashley. So perhaps your name is Ashley, someone that you're connected to, their name could be Ashley. Now, you also have signs and symbols showing up as one of your key themes. Now, this has to do with spirit communication, trusting both your inner voice and trusting that spirit is showing up in the physical form. For some of you, this means you are seeing the signs all around you in nature. It could come through an animal. It could come through a song on the radio. Spirit is always connecting and always letting us know that we're not alone on this journey. And you have spirit communication and intuition highlighted this month. So pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the synchronicities that are taking place. A lot of you are really diving into your own spiritual gifts. And I see some of you may even be taking classes to enhance your skills, to get in better touch with your own intuitive awareness, or to maybe understand oracle or tarot. You may be connecting with astrology, numerology, Akashic records. I feel like you are open to discovery here. Now, some of you may even have a spiritually based business, or there could be a creative endeavor that you are focusing on the side that has to do with you listening to your inner dream, your inner voice, because you have a vision. And I feel like your vision is starting to come alive. You are taking action steps with the Ace of Pentacles coming through here. You're taking action steps. And I see with the Wanderlust, this is about you expanding perhaps your target market, expanding your reach. Sometimes this reminds me of the world energy in tarot. So the world is your oyster, and you could even be using the World Wide Web to help you expand in some way. And I'm getting nature lovers. Some of you are nature lovers. You could even be into photography, maybe traveling. You may be booking a trip in the near future. I'm also seeing the sea here. So this could be a cruise for some of you. But I feel like that gypsy part of you has been activated, as I've mentioned, and you have new visions on the horizon. You have people to meet, you have adventures to explore, and you have new beginnings that you are excited to step into. So a lot of wanderlust activated within you. So let's dive in and take a look at the theme of the month. You have the Page of Wands here as your key theme. This is the energy of enthusiasm. All of the pages are students. I feel like we're always students, because I don't know about you guys, but as an Aquarius moon and a Libra sun, that air element, we're always learning, we're always seeking, we're always growing. And I have a feeling at this time, you are in the midst here of, as I said, expanding. And in order to expand, we have to get in that beginner's mindset. So you may be working on a project or a course of study. There could be a very important message or some sort of communication, whether you are the recipient or you are the one that's delivering an important announcement here. It feels fresh. It feels adventurous. Yeah, it feels like you are about to go on a journey and you are exploring through self-expression. You're unleashing your creative abilities. You're tapping into that inner voice. And I feel like you're also finding your focus, but you're playing along the way. So it's like you're focused, but you're not taking things so seriously that it's creating rigidity. I feel like it's actually the opposite. You're staying focused here on your creative endeavors, but you have maybe a clear routine. I mean, if this is a fun exercise routine, maybe instead of exercising by going to the gym and lifting weights, you could be getting your exercise through dance, right? Instead of meeting people in a traditional way, you could be opening yourself up to meeting someone in a non-traditional way. It feels like you are exploring your options here and you are open to possibility, and you are showing up in a really beautiful, authentic, vibrant way this month. And people are noticing you. It's like they're noticing what you are creating. They're noticing your energy, your vibe, and they're curious about you as well. They're curious about what you have to offer. So you definitely could be meeting some new individuals at this time. Now, what are you being guided to release? What habits, what patterns, or what beliefs are you being guided to let go of? You have the Lovers here. So when the Lovers is showing up, you are being guided to release situations, release relationships or projects where there's no love. It reminds me of the song. I forget who the singer is, but I think it's called like Where's the Love? So that's what you are being guided to surrender to and release and let go. Whether it is a difficult choice to make at times, you are opening up to discovery, and that may require you to say goodbye to habits, patterns, beliefs, relationships, or old jobs that no longer fulfill you emotionally, spiritually, because you have here soul purpose. So you are being guided to lean into this curiosity and to kind of step back from things that you're not in love with anymore. Because I feel like you've tried to renew this passion piece, or you've tried to maybe even ride it out and see if things would get better, but it feels like you are saying, I just need something fresh. I need to try something that I've never tried before. And that's why the Lovers comes in, because sometimes the Lovers as a release can be letting go of conditional love, or letting go of the conditions that we place on our expectations or on relationships, because that blocks the flow of unconditional love to truly show up. And when the Lovers is coming in, this is a choice, right? You have a choice here to release yourself from energies that feel stuck, okay? And to bring in balance. I feel like you're falling in love with life again. You're falling in love with yourself, or with your job, or whatever it is that there has not been a lot of inspiration, a lot of flow. There is a new beginning coming through here for you, and you're considering your next move. You're considering here some new choices, some new outlets. And what are we focusing on? The Ace of Swords. So there's you cutting through the fluff, cutting through any misunderstandings or lies. And I also see that it's important for you not to become so overly logic that it turns into rigidity, that it becomes so strict or routine that you don't have fun with it, right? That you don't love it. And that's why the Page of Wands is important at this time, because the Page of Wands is represented by Scraps, the patchwork girl. And you can see that she has all these different patches on her. She doesn't care what anybody else thinks, because this is an expression of who she is. And she's not going to dim her light to fit in for anyone. She is not going to shy back in fear of being judged or criticized for anyone. And that may be a lesson that you have learned the hard way. But I see that your voice, perhaps your throat chakra, could be your greatest flex. And I actually had to look over to see what chakra is highlighted for you this month. And lo and behold, it's the throat. It is the throat chakra. And your message here is all about creative expression. This is beautifully lined up here with this Page of Wands. And the message for you is this: I am committed to sharing and revealing my thoughts and feelings by being creative in my communication style and using expressive language. I express myself through talking, singing, sighing, laughing, and crying, and through using my creative talents. I consciously use my senses to experience my world more fully. I see, hear, smell, and feel more, and I become more aware of my surroundings, such as the weather, aromas, people, nature, sounds, and sights. This is a beautiful energy that you are activating within yourself. This is what you are becoming more aware of, not just, what people think, right? You are becoming aware of nature. You're becoming aware of, the weather, the sounds, the sights. You're really dropping into your senses, and that is shifting your energy altogether. That is what is activating and bringing out this Ace of Pentacles. Now, the Ace of Swords is known as the Ace of Truth. So this is about you speaking up for what it is that you want and not feeling like you have to shove your voice back down, because some of you have been silenced. Some of you have been conditioned to not speak up, or some of you may have delivered truth that in turn, it may have felt like it backfired, but it actually freed. There was some sort of truth that needed to come out, or it could come out this month, that liberates you in some way. Because what is the hidden influence? The Ten of Wands. Sometimes we take on the role or the responsibility of fixing or healing others. Now, we can be healers, we can be light workers, we can be caregivers without losing ourselves in the process. We don't have to become codependent or, allow those energies to get muddy within our own energetic field where we don't even know, what's their energy, what's ours. Because sometimes this can be like a Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It, where we then become physically exhausted or burnt out, or we take it to our own personal responsibility to fix someone when that is not our choice to do. And I see here that you have been carrying some burdens. Now, Aquarius, some of these burdens are yours and some may not even be yours. It could be that you've been hanging on to other people's energies. You've been trying to help them in some way, but it's been a burden because sometimes people don't want to help themselves. Sometimes they're not ready to face their truth, or, they have to learn through struggles and challenges. And even though you may have gone through something very difficult and what you have learned has worked for you, I always say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, meaning it has to be up to the individual to be able to do the work themselves. We can lead, we can coach, we can guide, we can assist, but ultimately you don't want to carry that responsibility on your back. Otherwise, it could potentially feel like it breaks you. And the Ten of Wands is saying, you don't want to take on so much that you lose sight of who you are, of your own vision, of your own dreams. Now, sometimes the Ten of Wands can come through when the hidden influence is caregiving. Perhaps you have been caring for an elderly parent. Some of you may even be caregiving for a child. You may have extra responsibilities. Some of you may have a lot of children. Some of these children could even be adults. For others of you, you may be taking care of someone who is handicapped or someone who needs extra love or extra attention. But I also feel like you have to take time out for you. You have to be able to kind of rejuvenate your own energy. Finding ways to do so is going to be key. Now, I also see that something heavy that you have carried has shaped your path below the surface, because at times it has kept you in that people-pleasing energy, or it's kept you in relationships that, you're no longer in love, or it's kept you in that golden handcuffs, right? A job that you have some sort of an attachment to, but it doesn't fulfill you. And that's part of what you are being guided to release. And it starts with getting honest with yourself and asking, is this still part of my path? Do I see myself here in the next year, in the next 12 months, in the next 5 years? Is this where I want to be? Is this the relationship I want to be in? Is this the version of myself that I want to carry forward? So you are doing some heavy dumping here in order to make way for this Ace of Pentacles. Now, what is the support? What is the ally? The energy. It could be energy. It could be a person. It could be a tool that is helping you out. You actually have something very powerful here. You have the world. The world, Aquarius, is all about success, victory, and accomplishment. And when this shows up as your ally, this tells me that you are graduating. This is a completion. This is the final energy of the major arcana. And there's a new beginning here because you have graduated from a soul lesson, or you could even be getting married. Some of you are traveling. This is the energy of freedom. So whatever freedom means for you, you're tapping into this inner self, this inner gypsy, and you're saying the world is my oyster. My gratification will no longer be delayed. This journey that I've been on for quite some time has brought me back to this space of wholeness. And I feel like there's been a lot that's been reflected back to you because the world is showing up as the looking glass. So you may be taking a look at your outer world and addressing it with what's going on in your inner world and vice versa, because it feels like something is being reflected to you for you to take a deeper look at so you can close out this cycle, because you have something beautiful on the other side of this once you spread your wings here. Now, what is the outcome? What is October ultimately teaching you? The King of Cups, emotional resiliency, but I'm also getting here tapping into your own inner joy, tapping into that, inner spiritual fulfillment. This King of Cups always reminds me of like the laughing Buddhas. If you've ever seen those laughing Buddhas, where you're finding your joy, you're finding your peace and your serenity. You're a big lover. I feel like you are a big lover. Granted, Aquarius energy can get the rap for being a bit aloof or being a bit detached at times, but you do love deeply. And King of Cups energy, this is about you being emotionally distant until you are able to trust with everything. And that's something you are leaning into, is trust, perhaps a deeper level of trust with yourself, a deeper level of trust within another. I see with this King of Cups, you're someone who's very supportive, very emotionally intelligent, and you are someone who is here to help, here to guide, here to assist. And again, you don't have to take on other people's stuff to feel needed or to play out a certain role. And I see that you are finding that harmony within, and it's flowing out into your outer world. And a lot of you are here to help raise the vibration of the planet. And it doesn't mean you have this ginormous mission. It could start within you. It could start within your family, your bloodline, your roots. And of course, you could extend it outward into your career. But I feel like you are first and foremost focused on the biggest piece of love that we can, is that self-love piece. So that is your outcome. I love it. It's you loving what you do for a living. It is about you choosing to, bring more joy and happiness into your world, but it is going to require that truth of honesty, right? The Ace of Truth coming through here, so you can cut away the illusionment, so you can cut away the fears, or, disconnect from the things that have kept you feeling a bit, foggy. You're able to tune into your intuitive knowing, and Spirit is clearly showing you signs and symbols this month. So tapping into health, we have here the Lovers. So first of all, of course, if you have an issue going on, please do seek professional medical guidance. But sometimes the Lover can be issues with any part of the body that comes in a pair. So we have a lot of pairs in our body, such as our eyes, our legs, our lungs, our kidneys, our ears. There may have been an imbalance here. Some of you, I'm getting vertigo even, or circadian rhythm could have needed to be balanced out in some way. Sometimes the Lovers can represent to the connective systems in the body, like our veins, our arteries, and our nerves, okay? Like our nerves. Some of you may have even had a bit of like nerve damage or numbing, or maybe you lost feeling in a certain area of your body. Now, the Lovers is also Gemini energy, which can speak of communication problems. And because you have the Ace of Swords, I feel like you're able to cut through. Some of you, the throat chakra can be a cough, it can be thyroid, it can be esophagus, throat issues that also stem into maybe your jaw. This could be dental work as well. And with this lovers, I'm also getting an emphasis on body image. All right, body, maybe dysmorphia or tuning into your body. Some of you, there may have been disorders around eating or food disorders, or maybe like plastic surgery or Botox or something of a removal, like a mole removal or something with the skin. And I feel like you are being guided to focus on that self-love piece and to do what you need to do, of course, that helps you sink into that self-love piece. More so loving your body and loving the vessel that you have been gifted in this lifetime, because sometimes it feels like we disconnect from that, from that vehicle, our bodies. Now, next you have the world. Now, the world can be like carrying the weight of the world's problems on your shoulders. It can even be like governmental energies or stress from, I'm getting like radiation or things that are happening all around the world. I'm also getting water. Some of you, there may have been mold or there may have been contaminated water in some way. And also the world has to do with aging. So you may be feeling achy at times, your bones or your joints, but I feel with the world here, you are trying to create that balanced lifestyle, as I've mentioned, Aquarius, within your own body, within your mind. You're taking a look at certain supplements or any vitamin deficiencies. I feel like you're trying to eat better. You're trying to focus on uplifting and inspiring news, and you're trying not to let the weight of the world kind of bog you down with that 10 of Wands. Some of you may have even had an issue with your back. The 10 of Wands is carrying a load on the back, and I see that some of you may have even had struggles with your posture, or there could have been like a fusion in the back, or someone may have had like back surgery here in some way. But I feel like the Ace of Truth is coming up saying there's answers. There's answers here. There's healing. There's new alternative ways to kind of help you get in touch with your body and to listen to what your body needs. All right. Yeah. Speaking up, communication, and getting clear answers instead of feeling confused or feeling stumped. So let's dive in here and take a look at your career, your finances, your money. Well, we have health showing up again. So a lot of you are health practitioners. You may work in the medical field, massage therapy, or you're in any healing work. Some situations that need resolution will be resolved and healed. It's time to replenish your energy and fully energize to prepare for what's next. When the world shows up here, when you have the lovers, when you're tapping into that unconditional love for self, you're tapping into the cosmic heart. That's where magic happens, Aquarius. And I feel like you are being guided to take care of you because you're stepping into one of the best eras of your life. Even though at times it may have felt like that wasn't going to happen or there's been some setbacks or some delays, I absolutely feel like things are shifting here for you. You have easy does it. Easy does it. Slow and steady wins the race. This is not a good time to rush, right? I feel like you're paying attention to the details here. You're having fun. You're focused on the journey, not the destination. Careful not to get involved in any get rich quick schemes. I don't feel like you're going to do that anyway, but this tells me consistency is going to pay off. And sometimes we give up on things when we're not seeing quick progress. And you see that this guy is, building up his muscles and he is staying consistent and he's dedicating himself to building. And that's the message here for you when it comes to your business or your career or some creative projects that you have. Stay consistent, because oftentimes we don't see results in the timing that we want them, or we compare ourselves with other energies or other businesses, and then we start to feel stuck and we get, pulled back into lack of mentality. And I see that Spirit is saying you have the ability to go all the way. You really have the ability to climb to the top here with that world energy through, dedication and through your hard work. It will pay off for you. And that can also be the 10 of Wands. Some of you are working really, really, really hard now so that you can have the life of your dreams. Some of you are saving and you are working maybe multiple jobs and really working hard to get ahead so you can finally enjoy your life instead of feeling like you're always hustling or breaking your back just to survive. And lastly here we have taken off. Taking off. It says things will take off much sooner than you expected. Now the World card as your ally, the world energy is Capricorn. Capricorn season is December and January, December into January. So we are seeing something fully take off for you by the new year. And it says here, now is a good time to take action. There is no stopping you now, but you can take action here without impulsivity behind it. I feel like calculated risks are important at this time, but also staying open to creativity, staying open to expanding. Yeah, this isn't about rushing. This is about, slow and steady wins the race. Try not to get lost in that comparison trap, because something is taking off here for you and it will build more momentum over time. I like this. I like where you're going here. It feels like there's a new invitation, a new offer, a new creative project that you're leaning into. Some of you, this is retirement with the World. So things are starting to kind of finally fall into place for you. All right, let's look at relationships, partnerships, and love unions. Some of you are separated, or there could be separation on the horizon, especially with the Lovers here, as something you're releasing or letting go of. There may be a bit of sadness. There may be a bit of bitterness. You may miss a version of yourself that no longer exists. You may miss the version of someone else that no longer exists. This could be a bit of uncertainty, but it's important for you to honor these feelings. Just like with the throat chakra here, express yourself through talking, singing, sighing, laughing, crying. Allow those emotions to come up and allow your body to express them in any means that are expressionable. And so I do feel like it's important to take a little bit of time out, even if you are a caregiver, especially if you are a caregiver. Take some time for yourself. We have addictions, and this flows into that 10 of Wands as well. This is a cycle that I am familiar with. I had grown up in a family of addicts, right? Where there was a lot of alcoholism in my bloodline. And to date, I am 3.5 years sober, where I choose to not drink. I choose to break that chain, break that cycle, because everyone in the family has struggled with this. And this can be a codependency. It doesn't have to be alcohol, but it can be social media. It can be food. It can be pills. It can be anything that we numb out to, or we use as an avoidant tactic, or avoid that fills something that's fake, right? It's a fake void, if you will. So it doesn't fully allow us to get to the root of a situation. It's a cover up. And I see that either you or someone around you has struggled with really being able to tap into their inner joy and happiness, where maybe they've used some sort of substance to bring them a small piece of joy or happiness, but ultimately it feels like it did more damage than good. And that is something you have learned, or someone around you has learned the hard way. This can be emotional blockages. This can lead to possession. It can lead to control. And I see here that this is something you are releasing, even if this is, let's say, an adult child, or it could be someone that has to choose to help themselves. And it can be a struggle. It can be a struggle to watch someone go down that path. And lastly, here we have the singles out there. Those of you that are single, I feel like this is the time for you to have with your friends. You are happily single. You're being guided to live in the moment and let go of any fears around love or what love should look like, or wrapping expectations around love, because it's going to show up when it's meant to show up. You have been on this singles journey for a reason. You have learned a lot of lessons. And for a lot of you, your time being single is coming to a close with that world, and you are connecting and opening up the energies to potentially meet a king of hearts, right? A king of cups, and bring that energy into your life. So I do love this energy, but for now you are being guided to have fun, to live in the present here and spend time with the people that support you. Spend time with your friends and focusing on, your travel, your creative projects, and things that inspire you. Okay, lastly, we have the ocean. So I am going to take a look at the guidebook and see what this message is all about for you. One moment, Aquarius. All right, the ocean, also connected to water. King of Cups is water. This is the unconscious, the depths, the incomprehensible. The power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into its salty waters is to step into the unknown. By its sheer volume, the ocean represents the unconscious, all that is beyond our understanding. We cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it, manage it, or own it. It rejects our every attempt to dominate nature, yet amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us, inspires us, and invigorates our life on land. It dissolves the little us into the big us. When the energy of the ocean is present, there is change stirring that is beyond any change you've ever known before. The ego must dissolve. The saline swells work on your very cells, your fibers, your deepest underlying beliefs. Like Aphrodite, we rise from the ocean's froth a new being. Life is change. Let the wave crash. The ocean displays every emotion without shame. To witness its glassy moonlit surface and its unforgiving storms is to know the full spectrum of the human experience. Study waves, touch their surface, get in the water. No matter where you live, each drop is part of the whole. The ocean is in every tear. If you want to go deeper in this energy, check out Shakespeare's The Tempest or Jerichoult's The Raft of Medusa. And when this is showing up as the light version, Aquarius, it's deeper than deep. This is big, big dreams. This is discovery. When it's showing up as the dark, it's subsumed, drowned, polluted, or unpredictable. That is what I have for you, Aquarius. If you enjoyed today's reading, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share with someone who may benefit from the messages. And if you are interested in a personal reading or signing up for the monthly newsletter, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video or by visiting intuitivesoulcoach.com.